Have you ever wondered how much power one single action really holds? It's easy to feel small, invisible, like a tiny drop in a vast ocean that no one notices. But what if that drop, your action, was the beginning of a wave? The truth is, every great change in history, every moment that shifted the course of lives and communities, started with one person deciding to act. This isn't just a hopeful idea, it's a profound truth waiting for you to claim. You don't have to be a hero with a cape or a leader on a stage. You simply have to realize that the power to change, to inspire, to create ripples that move far beyond you lives in your hands right now. Imagine how your smallest choice, helping a stranger, sharing a kind word, standing up when it feels easier to stay silent, can create a chain reaction. That first step might seem invisible at first, but the impact of one ripple is limitless. Inside you is a force waiting to be unleashed, a spark that can ignite hope in others. Even when the world feels heavy, sometimes fear whispers that what you do doesn't matter, that your voice is too quiet, your influence too small. But that voice, that action, is the seed of transformation. When you step forward, even when the path is unclear or the outcome uncertain, you claim a role in the unfolding story of change. This is why your presence matters. This is why your effort counts. Because the power of one is the power to begin something bigger than yourself. It's the power to start the ripple that turns into a wave. The wave that can shape lives, communities, even the world. If you've ever doubted your ability to make a difference, this moment is an invitation to see yourself in a new light. You are not just a passive observer of life's challenges. You are an active participant with the ability to influence the world around you. Think about how many people feel powerless or overwhelmed, just like you might sometimes. But one person who chooses to act can awaken that same courage in others. This video will show you exactly how that happens. It will reveal the invisible threads connecting one person's choices to the lives of many. It will guide you through breaking down the barriers of doubt and fear that keep you from stepping into your own power. By the end, you will understand why your one action today can become the turning point for something extraordinary. You will feel ready to take that step, to move beyond hesitation and to embrace the incredible force within you. Because this isn't just about making a small difference. It's about awakening the power of one that lies deep inside each of us. Your moment to create change starts right now, and the ripples you make will reach far beyond what you can see. So stay with this, open your heart, and prepare to discover how your power, your one choice, can make a difference no matter where you are or who you are. This is the beginning of your wave. The power you hold as one person is not just a hopeful notion. It is backed by something far deeper within us all. Our brains are wired to connect, to respond, and to change through the influence of others. When you take a stand, when you choose to act, you trigger a cascade of responses far beyond your immediate surroundings. This is not magic. It is biology. Your courage sends signals to others, inviting them to believe, to move, and to join. Science reveals that seeing one person take action lights up the same parts of our brain responsible for empathy and motivation. This means your one step becomes a silent call that others hear. Even if they don't realize it, you become a living example, proof that change is possible, and this awakens something in others, a desire to do the same. It is a chain reaction that can't be stopped by distance or doubt. Knowing this, imagine how often you underestimate your influence. The truth is, your choices ripple through social circles, communities, even generations. The moments when you stand firm, speak truth, or extend kindness create invisible threads that bind people to hope and possibility. This is why feeling insignificant is a trap, a trick your mind plays to keep you from your power. It whispers that one person can't change the world, but science and the human spirit prove otherwise again and again. You are a catalyst. Even the smallest positive act can spread like wildfire in the hearts of others. Your decision to step forward can unlock courage, strength, and hope in people you've never met. This is why the world waits for you to act, not for someone else, but for you. The power of one is the power to lead by example, to inspire through authenticity, and to shape the collective future through your unique contribution. When you embrace this truth, your fear of being just one loses its hold. Your voice no longer feels lost in the noise because it carries the weight of transformation. Your actions, though they may seem small, serve as a beacon in darkness, a guide for others who crave change but haven't yet dared to begin. Your influence is real and measurable because it moves through the fabric of human connection itself. This realization is not just liberating, it is a call to courage. It demands you choose between staying silent and stepping into your power. You were never meant to wait for permission or perfect conditions. Your biology, your heart, and your very existence are wired for impact. When you accept that, hesitation fades, replaced by a deep, unshakable knowing that your one action matters profoundly. This knowledge lights a fire inside you, urging you forward. You become a force that awakens hope, disrupts fear, and creates a path for others to follow. The power of one is your birthright. It is the invisible force that connects you to every positive change ever made. When you choose to believe in this power, you unlock the first real step toward transforming not just your life, but the world around you. This is your moment to embrace the truth that your one ripple can become a wave no one can ignore. It's easy to believe that your impact depends on how big or important you are. The mind tricks you into thinking that if you're not famous, rich, or powerful, your actions won't matter. This illusion of insignificance is one of the strongest barriers holding people back. It tells you that you are just one person, too small to change the world, that your voice will be lost in the crowd, and that your efforts won't make a difference. But this is simply not true. This belief is a psychological trap designed to keep you stuck in place, paralyzed by doubt and fear. The reality is the opposite. Being one person is your greatest strength. When you understand that, you shift from feeling powerless to owning your power. The fact that you are one person means you have a unique perspective, a unique set of actions, and a unique opportunity to create change that only you can bring. This false sense of insignificance is rooted in the way our brains interpret the world. When faced with overwhelming problems or large groups, the brain often convinces us that someone else will act, relieving us of responsibility. It's a survival mechanism, but in today's world, it can lead to inaction and regret. Recognizing this mental pattern is the first step to breaking free from it. You are not just a face in the crowd, you are a source of influence. Every time you choose to act despite feeling small or unsure, you chip away at this illusion. You begin to reclaim your identity as a powerful individual capable of creating waves of change. The truth is, change doesn't require millions. It requires one person willing to start. You must realize that your singular actions carry immense weight because they inspire others to follow. When you take responsibility for even one small action, you disrupt the mindset of helplessness that infects so many. Your courage becomes a beacon for others who are waiting for permission to act. This is the invisible power of one, the ability to awaken courage and hope in others by simply stepping forward yourself. You don't have to move mountains overnight. Each tiny intentional choice builds momentum. Each act of kindness, each moment of standing up for what you believe in, each decision to keep moving forward sends a message: change is possible. This message spreads beyond what you can see or measure. You hold the power to rewrite the narrative inside your own mind, the story that says you're too small or insignificant to make a difference. Replace that story with one of empowerment, one where you see yourself as the catalyst for change. The feeling of insignificance will fade because it has no basis in the truth of who you are and what you can do. It takes courage to confront this lie and to choose action anyway. That courage is the key that unlocks your potential. It transforms fear into fuel and hesitation into movement. Remember, you don't have to wait for others to lead or for perfect conditions to appear. Your power exists now, in this moment, waiting to be claimed. Your one step forward is the beginning of something greater than you. Embrace that power and watch how the world begins to shift around you. Taking the first step is often the hardest part because it asks you to move forward without the comfort of certainty. Fear rises inside, whispering doubts about what might go wrong, what others might think, or whether you're even capable. But courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is action in the presence of fear. It is deciding to move anyway, even when your heart races and your mind warns you to retreat. This moment, the choice to begin despite uncertainty, is where transformation begins. Every great change, every meaningful impact has started with that same courageous decision. You don't need to feel fearless. You need to feel willing to be vulnerable, willing to risk discomfort, willing to challenge the voice inside that says, wait until you're ready. Because readiness is an illusion. The truth is, you become ready by doing. Action breeds confidence. Each step forward builds strength, rewiring your brain to believe in your ability to change your life and the lives around you. When you embrace vulnerability, you open yourself to real connection, not just with others, but with your own power. Vulnerability is the doorway to courage because it demands honesty about where you are and what you fear. It means acknowledging that you don't have all the answers, but that you still choose to act. This honest courage is magnetic. It draws others in and inspires them without a single word. It is the silent proof that transformation is possible, even for someone who feels unsure or small. Your willingness to step forward, even when you feel afraid, is the spark that ignites courage in others. This invisible, contagious force is the heartbeat of the power of one. You don't have to wait for permission or perfect timing. The moment you decide to act despite fear, you become a beacon of hope and possibility. Fear often convinces us that we should wait until we are more prepared, smarter, or stronger. It tells us that any misstep will define us and that failure is the end, not a beginning. But fear is a liar. It is designed to protect you from risk, but it also keeps you from growth. The only way to overcome this paralyzing fear is to act in spite of it. Action reduces anxiety and builds momentum. With every step, the path becomes clearer. Your confidence grows because you are proving to yourself that you can face discomfort and still move forward. This momentum is the foundation of transformation. It turns hesitation into power, doubt into determination. Every time you choose courage over comfort, you reclaim your ability to make a difference. Remember, the power of one is not about waiting for the perfect moment or feeling completely fearless. It is about choosing to act in this imperfect moment exactly as you are. It is about believing that your one step is enough to start a ripple. That ripple grows into waves of influence you may never fully see, but they will change lives, including your own. Courage is your key. Vulnerability is your strength, and action is your path. When you embrace this truth, nothing can stop you from making the difference you were born to make. Change doesn't come from a single moment of bravery alone. It comes from the power of small, consistent actions repeated over time. The brain responds to patterns, and it is through tiny habits that transformation takes root and grows. Each small choice you make today is an investment in the future you want to create. When you commit to one positive action, no matter how small, you send a clear message to your mind and body that you are capable of change. This repeated behavior rewires your neural pathways, building new strengths and shifting old beliefs that may have held you back. Consistency builds momentum in your life just as it does in the world around you. The simple truth is that you don't need to leap mountains all at once. You only need to keep stepping forward day after day. Over time, those steps create a foundation so strong that nothing can shake it. The science behind habit shows that the brain craves routine and reward. When you begin to act in alignment with your purpose, your brain rewards you with feelings of satisfaction and motivation. This positive reinforcement encourages you to keep going, creating a cycle of growth that feeds on itself. But the first step is always the hardest, the moment when doubt rises and the mind questions if the effort is worth it. That is the moment to remind yourself why you began. Your purpose, your desire to make a difference, is the fuel that will keep you moving when the initial excitement fades. Embracing the power of small habits means you don't have to rely on willpower alone. You build systems that support your growth, making it easier to overcome obstacles. Consistency also builds resilience. Each small success strengthens your confidence, and each challenge you overcome adds to your ability to face the next. When you commit to these daily actions, you become a force that cannot be easily stopped by setbacks or self-doubt. Your brain learns that progress is possible, even in small increments, and this knowledge creates a deep sense of hope and possibility. This hope is essential because transformation is rarely instant. It requires patience and perseverance. The world doesn't change overnight, and neither do we. But when you harness the power of small intentional steps, you lay the groundwork for lasting impact that grows beyond what you imagined. This steady rhythm of action transforms your identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone who hopes to change and begin becoming the person who actually does. Identity is built through repeated behaviors, and every small choice you make aligns you closer with your vision of making a difference. This shift in identity strengthens your motivation because your actions are no longer just tasks. They become expressions of who you are. You become unstoppable not because you are fearless, but because your habits carry you forward even when fear or doubt show up. You hold the power to change your life and the world around you through these daily intentional actions. Your small choices matter because they build momentum, create resilience, and transform your identity. This is the true power of one. The power to make consistent, meaningful progress that leads to extraordinary transformation. It all begins with the decision to take that next small step. Choose to take it now. Have you ever asked yourself if one person really can change the world? It's a question that haunts many minds, especially when the problems around us feel so vast, so overwhelming, that the idea of making a difference seems impossible. You might feel small, unheard, and powerless, as if your actions disappear into the noise, leaving no trace behind. But what if the truth is far more powerful than you realize? What if everything you believe about needing to be big enough or strong enough to make a difference is exactly what holds you back? The power to create real change doesn't come from the size of your platform, your wealth, or your title. It comes from the simple, undeniable fact that one person, yes, you, has the ability to ignite transformation. This isn't just a comforting thought, it's a call to awaken the strength that lies within you. Right now, you are standing at the edge of possibility, and the choice to step forward is yours alone. The world is full of challenges that seem too great for one person to face. Fear tells you to wait, to stay silent, to blend in. Doubt convinces you that your effort won't matter, that the impact you hope to make is just a drop in an endless ocean. But beneath this fear lies a powerful truth. Every massive wave started as a single ripple. Change begins with one action, one word, one decision. When you understand this, you realize your influence stretches far beyond what you see. The moment you decide to act, you set off a chain reaction that touches lives, sparks hope, and breaks the cycle of helplessness. That ripple can become a wave that changes your community, your family, even the world. This idea holds a profound emotional reward. It places your destiny back in your hands. You don't have to wait for permission, for perfect conditions, or for someone else to lead. You already have the power to start something meaningful. This is why staying with this message, absorbing it fully, is so important. Because what you'll discover is how to awaken that dormant power, how to move beyond fear and hesitation, and how to harness your unique ability to make a difference that matters. The truth is, the world needs you, not someday, but right now. When you embrace your power of one, you step into a force that changes not only what happens around you, but who you become inside. If you can hold on to this truth, if you can believe that your one action is enough to begin the change you want to see, you will unlock a courage you didn't know you had. You will discover how to turn the invisible ripples of your efforts into unstoppable waves of impact. So stay with this, open your heart, and prepare to awaken the power of one that lives inside you. This is your moment to realize that you are enough. Your voice matters, and your one step can make all the difference. The moment you realize your power to influence is real, you also begin to see how often you have underestimated yourself. Doubt is a powerful force. It whispers that your actions won't matter, that the world is too vast for one person to change. But this doubt is a barrier built not by reality, but by fear. It is designed to keep you safe by keeping you small. The truth is, your influence extends far beyond what you can see or measure. When you take a single step toward making a difference, you send a ripple through the fabric of connection that binds us all. That ripple touches hearts, shifts perspectives, and lights a spark in others who may have been waiting for permission to act. Your courage becomes contagious, your belief in change a beacon in the darkness of uncertainty. This is how one action grows into a movement. This is how the power of one transforms the world. You are wired for connection, built to respond to the actions of those around you. When someone chooses to stand up, speak out, or simply extend kindness, it activates a part of your brain that lights up with empathy and motivation. This is a biological truth. It means your actions carry invisible weight. You influence not only by what you say or do, but by the very fact that you choose to act. This influence is not limited by distance, status, or recognition. It moves quietly and powerfully, inspiring change in ways you might never see. When you understand this, your perspective shifts from helplessness to hope, from doubt to determination. You begin to see that your power isn't just about grand gestures. It is in the everyday choices you make, choosing compassion, standing firm in your values, refusing to accept the status quo. This awareness is transformative because it reconnects you with your deepest purpose. You begin to understand that your life is not an accident, that your presence matters, and that your actions create meaning far beyond what you imagine. This realization fuels a fire inside, a call to step fully into your potential. The fear that once held you back loses its grip because you are no longer waiting for permission or perfect conditions. You know that your one voice, one action, one moment of courage is enough to start change. This knowledge creates an unshakable foundation of confidence, not born from certainty, but from the willingness to act despite uncertainty. Embracing the power of one means embracing responsibility, the responsibility to be the change you wish to see. It means choosing to lead by example, to ignite hope, and to break cycles of fear and inaction. It means recognizing that your courage inspires others, creating a ripple effect that no one can predict or control, but everyone can benefit from. The world is waiting for you to claim this power. It is waiting for the moment you decide that your actions do matter, that you matter. This decision is the key that unlocks transformation. When you choose it, you become a force of change, not just in your own life, but in the lives of all you touch. Your power begins now, with your choice to step forward and make a difference. When you accept that your actions hold real power, you begin to see the immense responsibility that comes with it, not as a burden, but as a profound opportunity. Responsibility is not about blame or pressure, it is about ownership. Owning your power means you choose how to use it. It means stepping out of the shadows of doubt and fear and into the light of purpose. This ownership awakens something deep inside, a fierce determination to live intentionally and to make each choice count. The world does not need more bystanders. It needs individuals who recognize that their smallest actions ripple outward, changing lives in ways they might never fully witness. This shift from passivity to ownership transforms how you see yourself and your place in the world. It fuels a sense of purpose so strong it carries you through challenges and setbacks. Every moment is an opportunity to exercise this power. It's in the way you treat others, the kindness you extend when no one is watching, the courage to speak your truth in a world that often encourages silence. These moments might seem insignificant, but they add up. Each act of integrity, each choice to lead with compassion, each refusal to accept injustice builds a foundation of impact. Your power is not measured by applause or recognition, but by the quiet strength of consistent, meaningful action. This consistent ownership of your influence rewires your mind and shapes your identity. You begin to see yourself not as a victim of circumstances, but as an active creator of your reality. This mindset shift is essential because it breaks the cycle of helplessness that traps so many people. When you believe that your one action can spark change, you move from a place of waiting to a place of doing. You stop relying on others to fix what is broken and start becoming the solution. This change in perspective is deeply freeing. It releases you from the paralysis of what if and propels you into what can I do. When you act from this space, fear loses its power. Fear thrives in uncertainty and passivity, but it weakens in the face of decisive, intentional action. Each step you take affirms your ability to influence, strengthens your resilience, and deepens your connection to purpose. The power of one is also about resilience, the strength to keep going even when the road is hard and progress seems slow. It is the understanding that meaningful change is rarely instant, but is built through persistence. Your consistent actions, no matter how small, create a momentum that carries you forward. This momentum becomes a force that others can feel and follow. It creates a wave of influence that stretches beyond your immediate circle, touching lives and inspiring others to act. Resilience is the fuel that keeps this wave growing. It is the refusal to give up, the commitment to keep making a difference despite setbacks or doubts. Owning your power means embracing both your impact and your imperfections. It means knowing that you don't have to be perfect to create change. You just have to be willing. This willingness is the heart of transformation. It ignites the courage to keep moving forward, even when the path is uncertain. When you claim this power, you become unstoppable. You become the living proof that one person can make a difference, starting right now with the choice to own your responsibility and act with intention. Every action you take, no matter how small, shapes your world and rewires your mind to believe in possibility. It's in these daily choices that transformation quietly begins. The truth is, monumental change is never the result of a single moment, but the accumulation of countless moments where you decided to act differently, to think differently, to be different. This consistent commitment rewires your brain, strengthens your resilience, and builds a powerful identity rooted in purpose. Your habits are the architecture of your future. When you choose actions aligned with your values and vision, you build a momentum so strong it becomes unstoppable. The power of one is the power of steady progress, the force of tiny victories that lead to extraordinary results. You are not held hostage by past failures, doubts, or fears. Your brain is plastic, constantly adapting and evolving based on what you focus on and how you act. When you commit to change, your mind creates new pathways, new possibilities that pull you toward growth. This neurological truth means you have the power to reinvent yourself daily through your actions. Each choice to rise above negativity, to embrace discomfort, or to act with kindness rewires your brain to support your transformation. This is how the power of one becomes the power of many. By consistently showing up, you build not only your strength, but also a magnetic energy that influences others, drawing them toward the change you represent. Momentum is a force few understand fully, but it is the secret weapon of lasting transformation. The first steps are always the hardest, filled with doubt and uncertainty. But each step forward creates a tiny shift in your reality, a small victory that fuels the next move. As you build this momentum, it becomes easier to keep going. You develop an inner drive that pushes past obstacles and silences the voice of fear. This momentum does not rely on motivation alone, which can be fleeting, but on habit and commitment. When your actions become habitual, change becomes inevitable. You begin to embody the transformation you seek, and your power expands exponentially. This momentum creates a ripple effect that extends beyond you. The energy you generate touches others, inspiring them to act and believe in their own power. Your consistent courage creates a wave of possibility that moves through communities, families, and networks, reshaping the world in unseen but profound ways. You may never fully see the impact you have, but it exists. The power of one is the quiet force that builds movements, changes lives, and rewires the future. You are the starting point of this unstoppable force. This is why your daily commitment matters so deeply. It is not about perfection or grand gestures. It is about showing up again and again with intention and heart. The power to create change lives in these moments of choice, the choice to keep going, to stay true to your purpose, to be the difference. When you embrace this truth, you become unstoppable. The power of one is not just a phrase. It is your life's calling, your greatest strength, and the key to the transformation you desire. The ripple starts now with your next step. Choose to take it. Every moment you choose to act with purpose, you create a new reality, not only for yourself, but for everyone around you. This truth is both liberating and powerful. It means your decisions, your mindset, your courage ripple outward in ways you cannot always see, but can always trust. The power of one is the invisible force that connects your intention with impact. When you understand this connection, you realize that your life is a series of moments where you either step into your power or step back into comfort and fear. Choosing power means choosing growth, choosing challenge, and choosing to believe that your presence matters. This is the essence of transformation, shifting from passive to active, from waiting for change to becoming change itself. Your mindset is the gateway to this power. It shapes how you perceive obstacles, setbacks, and opportunities. The fixed mindset keeps you trapped in limitations, telling you that your actions won't make a difference, that change is someone else's responsibility. But a growth mindset opens you to possibility. It allows you to see failure not as a dead end, but as feedback, a necessary step on the path to impact. When you embrace growth, you begin to see the power of one as a journey, not a single act. This journey is marked by persistence and resilience, by the courage to continue even when progress feels slow or invisible. It is the daily commitment to act despite doubt and fear. This mindset shift is the foundation of true change because it frees you from the paralysis of perfection and fuels the courage to keep moving forward. The science is clear. Your brain strengthens neural pathways through repetition and focus. When you repeatedly choose courage over fear, action over hesitation, you build the neurological foundation for lasting change. This rewiring not only changes your habits, but transforms your identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone who wants to make a difference and start seeing yourself as the person who actually does. This shift in identity is crucial because it changes how you show up in every area of your life. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions align with the person you are becoming, the catalyst for transformation. When your identity aligns with your purpose, your power multiplies and your impact grows exponentially. The power of one also means embracing vulnerability, the willingness to be imperfect, to risk failure, and to stand firm in your truth. Vulnerability is not weakness, it is the birthplace of courage and authenticity. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you break down barriers that hold you back from fully engaging with your purpose. You become relatable and real, and this authenticity creates deeper connections that amplify your influence. People are drawn to those who dare to show up as they are, flaws and all, because it gives them permission to do the same. This creates a cycle of courage and change that extends beyond you. Owning your power means owning your story and using it to fuel your impact. It means knowing that every choice to act with intention, no matter how small, is a declaration that you believe in the possibility of change. This belief is contagious. It spreads through your actions, inspiring others to step into their own power. The power of one is not just an idea, it is a living force within you, waiting to be awakened and unleashed. When you choose to embrace it fully, you become unstoppable. Your one action is enough. Your one voice matters. Your one life can change everything. The time to act is now. Your ability to make a difference is rooted not only in your actions, but in your belief in yourself. Confidence is the invisible engine that drives transformation. Without it, even the most powerful intentions lose momentum. But confidence does not come from external validation or flawless success. True confidence is forged through consistent effort, The small victories, the choices to stand up when it's easier to sit down, the decision to keep going when doubt tries to take hold. This kind of confidence is unshakable because it is built from within, grounded in experience and a deep knowing that you are capable. It grows stronger with every step you take toward your purpose. When you build this inner confidence, fear loses its grip. Fear thrives in uncertainty and self-doubt, convincing you to stay small, to remain invisible. But confidence illuminates a path forward even when the future is unclear. It acts as a compass, guiding your actions with clarity and conviction. This clarity transforms hesitation into momentum. The more you act from confidence, the more you reinforce your belief in your ability to influence change. This cycle of action and belief creates an upward spiral of growth, resilience, and impact. It means that even when results are slow or setbacks occur, your inner strength keeps you moving forward. Confidence also amplifies your influence on others. People are naturally drawn to those who carry themselves with quiet assurance. This magnetic energy inspires trust and respect. When you believe in yourself, others begin to believe in you too. Your actions become a source of motivation for those who may feel powerless or stuck. By stepping into your confidence, you provide permission for others to do the same. This ripple effect multiplies your impact far beyond what you could achieve alone. Your confidence becomes a beacon, lighting the way for others to find their own strength and voice. But confidence is not arrogance. It is humble and grounded, rooted in authenticity and self-awareness. It acknowledges imperfections and fears without letting them define you. This kind of confidence allows you to embrace vulnerability because it recognizes that true strength comes from being real, not perfect. When you show up with this authenticity, your impact deepens because it connects on a human level. Authenticity breaks down walls, fosters empathy, and builds meaningful connections that fuel collective change. Your power grows not just from what you do, but from who you are. Every moment you choose confidence over doubt, authenticity over fear, you strengthen your capacity to create meaningful change. This is the heart of the power of one. It is not about being flawless or having all the answers. It is about the courage to step forward anyway, to trust yourself, and to act with intention. When you cultivate this inner confidence, you unlock a wellspring of potential that propels you toward your purpose. You become a force of transformation, not only in your own life, but in the lives of all you touch. Your power starts here, with belief in yourself and the decision to make a difference. The way you focus your attention shapes everything about your reality, your emotions, your actions, and ultimately the difference you make. Attention is a powerful force, but it is often scattered, pulled in many directions by distractions, doubts, and fears. When you learn to control where you place your focus, you reclaim your power. Focus is the lens through which your intentions come into sharp relief and your actions gain clarity and strength. This intentional focus fuels persistence, sharpens your decisions, and magnifies your impact. Without it, energy is wasted and momentum stalls. But when you harness your focus, your power multiplies and your ability to make a difference expands exponentially. The psychology of attention shows that what you focus on grows. Your brain is wired to prioritize what captures your awareness, and this shapes your habits, your mood, and your worldview. By consciously directing your focus toward what matters, toward growth, toward solutions, toward kindness, you begin to reprogram your mind to support your highest goals. This creates a positive feedback loop where your thoughts and actions align, reinforcing your commitment and resilience. Instead of being reactive to external chaos, you become proactive in creating your reality. This shift is liberating because it puts the power back where it belongs, in your hands. Focus also plays a critical role in overcoming fear and doubt. Fear thrives in scattered attention, feeding on uncertainty and what-ifs. But a focused mind channels energy toward clear objectives, reducing the noise that fear creates. This clarity transforms overwhelming challenges into manageable steps. Each small success then becomes a building block for greater confidence and stronger momentum. Focus, combined with intentional action, dismantles the paralysis that fear often causes. It allows you to step forward even when the path isn't fully visible, trusting that your consistent effort will open doors and create opportunities. This disciplined focus becomes a form of inner strength, a mental muscle you develop through practice. It requires awareness and a commitment to steer your attention away from negativity, distractions, and limiting beliefs. When you do this, you protect your energy and direct it toward what truly matters. This is how the power of one transforms from a fleeting thought into a sustained force for change. Your focused mind becomes a beacon that cuts through doubt, uncertainty, and resistance, guiding you steadily toward your purpose. With each intentional choice, your capacity to impact the world grows stronger and more undeniable. Remember, focus is not about perfection or rigid control. It's about conscious choice. It's the daily decision to prioritize your purpose over distraction, to seek progress over perfection, and to remain present in the work of transformation. When you master your focus, you harness one of the most potent tools for change that exists within you. This tool empowers you to keep moving forward with clarity, courage, and conviction. Your attention shapes your reality. Choose wisely where you place it, and you unleash the full power of one, the power to create lasting, meaningful difference starting now. Every challenge you face is an invitation to rise, to strengthen the part of you that refuses to be defeated. Challenges are not obstacles designed to stop you. They are the crucibles where resilience is forged. Resilience is the hidden power that turns setbacks into stepping stones, fear into fuel, and pain into purpose. It is not a trait you are born with, but a skill you develop through deliberate practice by choosing to persist when giving up feels easier. Resilience transforms the power of one from a fragile hope into an unbreakable force. It is the backbone of transformation, the silent strength that carries you through darkness toward the light of change. Understanding resilience means embracing discomfort and uncertainty as essential parts of growth. The discomfort you feel when you push beyond your limits is not a sign to stop, but a signal that you are expanding your capacity. Each time you choose to endure difficulty, you build mental toughness that prepares you for even greater challenges. This mental toughness is a muscle that grows stronger with use, enabling you to face future adversity with greater confidence and grace. Resilience does not eliminate pain or struggle. It changes your relationship with them, giving you the power to keep moving forward regardless of circumstances. When you cultivate resilience, you also develop emotional agility, the ability to manage your feelings without being controlled by them. Emotional agility allows you to face fear, frustration, and doubt without letting those feelings dictate your actions. Instead of reacting impulsively or withdrawing, you learn to respond thoughtfully and intentionally. This skill is vital because transformation requires consistent, purposeful action over time, often in the face of emotional turbulence. Emotional agility creates space for you to choose courage over comfort, persistence over surrender, and growth over stagnation. It turns the power of one into a steady, unrelenting force that refuses to quit. Resilience fuels hope, the essential ingredient that sustains motivation and vision. Hope is not wishful thinking, but a grounded belief in the possibility of change. It anchors you in the present while propelling you toward the future you desire. When resilience and hope work together, they create a powerful synergy. You can face setbacks without losing sight of your goals because your hope fuels your resilience, and your resilience keeps your hope alive. This dynamic is the engine behind every meaningful transformation. It keeps the fire burning inside you, even when external circumstances seem bleak. Choosing resilience is choosing to reclaim your power in every moment. It means recognizing that your response to adversity defines your journey more than the adversity itself. This choice is the essence of the power of one, an active, intentional stance that says you will not be defeated, no matter what comes your way. Resilience transforms your story from one of struggle to one of triumph. It empowers you to take consistent action, knowing that each effort strengthens your ability to create lasting change. The power to transform your life and the world begins with your choice to be resilient today. Your strength is greater than any challenge. Your power is unstoppable. Every choice you make echoes far beyond the moment you take it. The ripple effect of your actions stretches into the lives of others in ways you might never fully grasp. This is the true power of one, the power to influence, inspire, and ignite change that grows larger than yourself. When you begin to see your actions as seeds planted in the world, you realize the enormous potential you carry. Each kind word, each act of courage, each decision to stand up for what is right becomes a catalyst for transformation, not only in your life, but in the lives of those around you. Your power multiplies as it touches others, creating a chain reaction of positive change. Understanding the ripple effect means embracing responsibility for the energy you put into the world. Your thoughts, words, and deeds all contribute to the environment you live in. When you choose to act with integrity, compassion, and purpose, you elevate the collective consciousness around you. This is not about being perfect or doing everything at once. It is about being aware that your smallest actions carry weight. When you recognize this, your perspective shifts. You no longer wait for someone else to fix what's broken or improve what's lacking. You become the change you wish to see, knowing that your contribution matters deeply. The psychology behind this influence reveals that people are inspired most by authenticity and consistency. When your actions align with your values, you build trust and respect. Others see your commitment and feel empowered to take their own steps toward change. This creates a powerful cycle where influence is born not from authority but from genuine example. Your courage to act, even when it's uncomfortable, signals to others that change is possible. This is how movements start, not with loud proclamations, but with quiet, persistent acts that accumulate into unstoppable forces. The ripple effect also reminds us that impact does not require grand gestures. Small actions repeated over time generate profound transformation. The power of one lies in the consistent effort to contribute positively, regardless of scale. When you focus on what you can control, your mindset, your choices, your behavior, you tap into a wellspring of potential. This focused effort shifts the world incrementally, building momentum that can overcome inertia and resistance. Your daily dedication becomes a beacon that inspires others to join in, amplifying your impact beyond measure. Choosing to embrace your role as a catalyst for change requires courage and humility. Courage to step forward when it would be easier to stay silent. Humility to recognize that your influence is part of a larger, interconnected web of effort. This awareness keeps you grounded and persistent, knowing that every positive act contributes to a greater whole. When you accept this responsibility, you transform from a passive observer into an active participant in the world's evolution. Your power becomes a force for good that extends far beyond your immediate reach. The ripple you create today has the potential to shape tomorrow. Your one action matters. Your influence is powerful. Your time is now. True transformation begins in the quiet moments when you choose to believe in your own potential despite doubt and fear. That belief is the seed from which courage grows, the inner fire that pushes you beyond comfort and complacency. Without this deep conviction, the power of one remains just an idea, a wish unfulfilled. But when you hold on to the truth that your life matters and that your actions can change the world, you ignite a force unstoppable in its momentum. This belief is not about arrogance or entitlement. It is a humble acknowledgement of your inherent worth and capability. It is the foundation upon which every meaningful step forward is built. Belief in yourself fuels action. When you truly trust your ability to influence change, hesitation loses its grip. You begin to act decisively, embracing risk not as a threat but as an opportunity to grow. This shift in mindset rewires your brain to seek solutions instead of fixating on obstacles. Every challenge becomes a chance to prove your resilience and creativity. The psychological power of belief transforms uncertainty into possibility, making you more adaptable and persistent. It sharpens your focus and energizes your efforts, creating a cycle where belief and action reinforce each other. The more you act from this place of conviction, the stronger your belief becomes. This self-belief also invites courage, the willingness to face discomfort and vulnerability head-on. Courage is the bridge between your dreams and their realization. It requires stepping into the unknown, confronting fear without being paralyzed by it. Each courageous choice expands your comfort zone, rewiring your nervous system to handle greater challenges with calm and confidence. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the determination to move forward regardless of it. When you cultivate courage, you strengthen your capacity to lead, to inspire, and to create lasting impact. It allows you to stand firm in your values and to act in alignment with your deepest purpose. Belief and courage together forge a powerful inner alliance that propels transformation. This alliance is the engine behind the power of one. It drives you to persist when the path is unclear and to rise after every fall. It compels you to show up fully, even when doubt whispers that you are not enough. This union of belief and courage awakens your potential to its fullest, breaking down self-imposed limits and opening new horizons. It is the spark that turns intention into reality and dreams into achievements. Without it, the world misses out on the unique contribution only you can make. Choosing to nurture this belief and courage is the greatest gift you can give yourself and the world. It is a commitment to your own growth and to the impact you are meant to create. This choice transforms you from a bystander into a catalyst, from uncertainty into power. When you embrace the strength of your belief and the bravery of your courage, you unlock the true essence of the power of one. This power starts within you today in this very moment. Let it rise, let it move you, let it change everything. The choices you make today are the foundation of the legacy you leave behind. Legacy is not reserved for the famous or the powerful. It is created by every act of courage, kindness, and commitment to growth. It is the imprint of your presence on the world, a lasting reminder that one life can shape countless others. Recognizing this truth empowers you to live with intention, knowing that your actions ripple through time far beyond your immediate experience. Your legacy is woven through the moments you choose to stand up, speak out, and show up fully. It is built quietly, patiently, through daily decisions that honor your highest values and deepest purpose. Living with legacy in mind shifts your focus from short-term comfort to long-term impact. It moves you beyond distractions and excuses, sharpening your clarity about what truly matters. When you see your life as a gift to the world, every challenge becomes a call to act with integrity and resilience. The discomfort of growth is outweighed by the meaningfulness of your contribution. This perspective fuels perseverance because you understand that your effort today builds a better future, not only for yourself, but for those who come after. Legacy demands courage to make sacrifices and to push past fear, knowing the reward is something far greater than immediate gratification. Psychologically, legacy taps into a deep human desire for significance, a longing to matter beyond the limits of time. This desire drives motivation at a profound level because it connects your personal journey to a greater story. When you align your actions with this need for significance, you find a powerful source of meaning that sustains you through adversity. It becomes clear that your life's value is measured not by material success alone, but by the positive difference you make. This realization awakens a sense of responsibility and empowerment, encouraging you to harness your unique strengths for a cause larger than yourself. Legacy transforms ambition into service, and service into transformation. Your legacy is not an abstract concept, but a living force shaped by every interaction, decision, and choice. It is crafted in the way you treat others, the values you uphold, and the courage you demonstrate in the face of uncertainty. Each moment offers an opportunity to add to this legacy, to leave behind something meaningful and enduring. This understanding invites you to be deliberate with your time and energy, focusing on actions that reflect your highest ideals. It encourages you to be authentic and intentional, knowing that the world responds not just to what you do, but to the heart behind it. Your legacy is your gift, your responsibility, and your power. Choosing to live consciously with legacy as your guide transforms your mindset and magnifies your impact. It calls you to rise above excuses and limitations, to embrace your role as a force for good. This choice is a declaration that your life matters deeply and that you are committed to making a difference. When you embrace this truth, the power of one becomes unstoppable, an enduring light that shines beyond your lifetime. Your legacy begins now in the actions you take today. Make them count, make them meaningful, make them yours. The power to create meaningful change lies in the choices you make each day, choices that shape not only your life, but the world around you. Often, the greatest obstacle standing between you and that power is the fear of insignificance, the whisper that your actions are too small to matter. Yet this fear is a false barrier, designed to keep you from stepping into your full potential. Every choice, no matter how small it seems, carries weight. It adds energy to the momentum of change. When you decide to act with purpose, you disrupt the inertia that holds progress back. You spark a movement beginning with one single step. The secret is recognizing that significance is not determined by scale, but by intention and consistency.